Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Scary discusses the economic benefits of supporting local, and the sporting enthusiasts committed to the further development of sports in Dominica. Hello and welcome to another edition of National Focus. I'm Mervin.
And I'm Jarna Hector. Stay with us for details of the headline stories and others right after this.
Listen closely and you will hear what climate change might sound like.
$30 for a hand of bananas?
Severe drought could destroy banana plants and drive food prices up.
And now we could see the dead coral reef below us.
Dead coral? I thought it was alive.
No, it's dead. If you look at the pictures, you can see what the coral used to look like.
Oh, wow.
Natural wonders like coral reefs are disappearing. But listen closely again, and you can hear the solution. People disposing of garbage responsibly and not in drains and rivers. People responsibly discarding engine oil. Our climate may be changing, but so can we. Making small changes together can have a huge effect on reducing the impacts of climate change. Act now. Rally, rethink, respond. This message is brought to you by the OECS Secretariat with funded assistance from USAID.
The facts as they are, brought to you every day, only on GIS Channel 7.
Welcome back. Time now for the details of the news. People directly involved in shaping Dominica's sportsmen and women have expressed commitment to taking Dominica's success in sports to another level. Isaac Andre, who received the Groundsman of the Year award, was one of several who were recognized at the 7th Annual Sports Awards ceremony. Andre feels honored to have been able to make such a valuable contribution to the development of sports in Dominica for the last 30 years.
For the last 30 years, I've been doing groundsman work, assisting young people in developing their skills and their momentum. Without a groundsman, sports is nowhere. We need a groundsman. And I would like to encourage the young sporting personnel that are taking part, and all those that are getting the prizes or the award today for the hard work they have done, to continue doing the good work. Because not only for just for self-save, it's for yourself and for your country and for your family.
Delvin Esprit, who has been a physical education teacher for several years at the primary school level, received the Primary School's Sports Teacher of the Year award. Esprit currently teaches sports at the Goodwill Primary School and often goes the extra mile to ensure that his students excel.
Thanks to the sports division for honoring me. It's a lot of hard work. If I have to stay there and talk about the amount of hard work and so on, it's just a matter of that. All the hard work is dedicated and so on to the students. I've really spent a lot of time with my students, and it's a privilege to work with the students, and you know, a lot of hard work brings a lot of success. And for the first time, for a very long time, at least I get a trophy to present to maybe some of the kids and let them know that I've been working hard, I've been doing very well, and if you know about sports and so, you know about Delvin Esprit. Thank you.
Meanwhile, Walson Parker, the sports teacher at the Pierre Charles Secondary School, once again walked away with the Sports Teacher of the Year award for secondary schools. In 2012, Parkett was instrumental in improving and increasing participation in athletics. He also introduced lawn tennis as part of both the regular and after-school programs. He led the basketball, football and volleyball teams to the Bolorama Championships.
I won last year and I won this year. This year it had me thinking that my hard work, my 7 days of work, almost 8 hours away from home, working with the kids at the Pierre Secondary School and the Southern District on a whole, is that will not go unrecognized. And tonight, it was not. I can see that my hard work paid off. The hard work and the long hours, they do pay off. Put in my own personal time, my own personal finances into development of sport in Dominica is what I'm all about. I'm here for development of the youth, development of athletes in the South and in Dominica on a whole. Once again, thank you for this award.
Others receiving recognition at the 2013 National Sports Awards included Luce, Sports Commentator of the Year. The Official Umpire Referee of the Year award went to Erickson the Gallery. Mickey Joseph earned Coach of the Year, while the Club of the Year award went to Aspires Athletics Club. The Southern District Sports Committee won the Sports Committee of the Year award.
In other news, the European Union, through the 10th European Development Fund, will finance a study to determine the contribution of tourism industry to the national economy. Minister for Tourism and Legal Affairs, Honorable Ian Douglas, explained that the industry continues to make its mark on the island's economy, but this is the first time that the impact will be quantified in dollars and cents.
We need to be able to quantify how much agriculture makes from tourism, how much of the fresh fruits and vegetables, the fish and the provisions that the farmers produce are consumed in the tourism industry, find its way onto the tables of our hotels and our restaurants. How much of the mortgages that are paid into the banks and how much money the banks generate are because that tourism stakeholders go into the banks and pay their mortgages on their vehicles or their homes. How much of the fuel purchased at the pumps go into our tour buses and our taxis and that sort of thing. We do not know that in Dominica really. And we need the statistics people to really separate that and tell us what is the precise contribution of the tourism industry and of the subsectors to the national economy and to GDP. And so the European Union through the 10th EDF is going to be providing funding so we can do that exercise. So at least when we come here next year at this point, we will not only be talking about numbers in terms of GDP, but we can actually tell you how much money found its way into the bank accounts in Dominica as a result of the tourism sector.
In more news, the nation's leader, Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, made clear his government's stance on supporting local. Honorable Skerrit made statements to that effect when he spoke to the registration ceremony of the new Pebush Dodan Agriculture and Marketing Cooperative last week. The Prime Minister spoke strongly about the health and economic benefits of eating local.
With development, sometimes we get so accustomed to things, to fast foods and all these things, that we do not pay attention to these things. And there's so many fruits, cherries and guavas and golden apple that we can make juice from. Governor's plum, you know, passion fruit, so many fruits that we can make juice from. And it's so easy. You put a few cherries in the blender, 2 minutes. I don't see the big work for this. You understand? Or you have a few guavas, you cut them up, you boil them, you let them settle for a while, and you blend them a few minutes, you have your guava juice in your fridge and so forth. But for some of us, it may be better to go to a supermarket and fill a trolley with juice that do not last us the night.
Honorable Skerrit said further that by refusing to support local, Dominicans are in fact exporting local jobs to foreign countries. He explained that Dominicans must think patriotically since each has the ability to help reduce the food import bill. The country's leader therefore encouraged farmers as well as the average Dominican to remain committed to the local agriculture industry.
We have to ensure as a country, as a people, we maintain our excitement, our interest, and our commitment to agriculture. People are moving from agriculture to tourism, that's a matter for them. But I'm saying that if we're to feed ourselves, if we're to maintain and to ensure that we have food security, all of us cannot move away from the farm. The little that we can do, we should do it. And it can add up, and we are able to supply and to maintain ourselves. Because, God forbid, that we do not find ourselves importing food.
At that ceremony, Prime Minister Skerrit pledged his government's full support to the new Pebush Dodan Agriculture and Marketing Cooperative. He committed $10,000 to the group for the procurement of farm inputs.
In other news, Dominican Jean Joseph was the recipient of the highest ranking award of the 17th Annual Woman of Great Esteem Emerald Awards held on Saturday, May 4th in New York. Jean also received a citation from the Mayor of New York, Michael Bloomberg, as well as 2 citations from the Council of the City of New York. The Woman of Great Esteem Award is presented annually to an extraordinary woman whose exemplary life achievements have brought prominence amongst her peers, honor from her community, and good repute to her nation and the world. Jean Joseph has received the award in the field of finance. As a certified public accountant, Jean is the founder of Joseph Tax and Consulting Services, LLC, and has dedicated her life to providing professional accounting services to the public and creating and supporting various organizations and activities that benefit the community and society. She is a graduate of both Iowa State and Pace University. She holds a Bachelor's of Science in Accounting. Ms. Joseph has worked for American Express, Lionel Lewis CPA, Anchin Block, and Anchin CPA. She has held the position of President of the New York State Society of CPAs for the Queens Brooklyn chapter and has received numerous awards from various organizations in the past. As a citizen of Dominica, she has been very patriotic, undertaking projects such as the establishment of a relationship between the Dominica State College and Evans University in Brooklyn, New York. She also provides scholarships and solicits donations for the Grotto Home for the Homeless and the Princess Margaret Hospital. Jean is instrumental in the Roving Caregivers Program. Dominica was represented at the awards ceremony by Lauren Barnes Roberts, Liaison Officer in the Ministry of Diaspora Affairs.
Meanwhile, Ambassador Vince Henderson, permanent representative of Dominica to the United Nations and the chairman of the SIDS-DOC Steering Committee, is chairing the first SIDS-DOC Pacific Regional Meeting, which began on Monday in Fiji. SIDS is an initiative to provide the Small Island Developing States, or SIDS, with an avenue to assist them in transforming their national energy sectors into a means of sustainable economic development. SIDS-DOC is designed as a docking station to connect the energy sector in SIDS with the global market for finance and sustainable energy. Representatives of the 14 Pacific states which are members of SIDS-DOC, as well as observers from regional and international organizations, will attend that meeting. A key item on the agenda is the discussion on how SIDS-DOC positions itself to address the water situation for the future through the development of indigenous renewable energy resources. The meeting ends on May the 9th.
The Discover Dominica Authority has this year decided to partner with 4 properties to stage fringe events leading up to Jazz and Creole at Cabarets in Portsmouth on May 19th. The Jazz and Creole activity is being held as a means of attracting visitors to the island during the month of May. Chief Executive Officer of the DDA, Colin Piper, told a news conference on Tuesday that the fringe events will kick off from Wednesday, May 15th.
Another of the things that we're doing this year, a little more planned, a little more coordinated, a little more concerted effort, is the fringe. Last year we tried to introduce it, and this year we're moving a little better, where we have 4 properties that have partnered with us. So starting Wednesday the 15th up until the 18th, so the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. We will be at Evergreen Hotel, Anchorage, Fort Young Hotel, and Riverstone Bar and Grill. And then we'll have main stage on the 19th.
As organizers increasingly seek ways to enhance the growing festival, the head of the Discover Dominica Authority is looking to expand the duration of the fringe events to 1 week next year.
So our hope, in the next year or 2 would probably be to have this be a week-long event of fringe activities for the whole week before. And then main stage. I'm sure in the post-production we can look at whether it makes sense to have a second day of main stage on Monday, the holiday. So all of these are options for the growth of the event. All geared again towards exposing the island to a new set of visitors and exposing even Dominican patrons to a new genre of music. Jazz seems to kind of be a quiet or music that's quietly enjoyed, but you speak about it and a lot of people seem to you know, have that same type of, or at least they like the genre of music.
Dominica's Jazz and Creole event, which is into its 4th year, serves as an avenue for showcasing local jazz artists on the island as well as foreign acts. This year, Monty Alexander, an internationally renowned classical jazz artist, will headline the main show.
A parliamentary representative for the Roseau South constituency, Honorable Ambrose Judge, believes the reintroduction of the Girardel Eggleston Flower Show and the Market Fair this year will open new prospects for the communities involved. And the minister made the observation when he addressed the formal launch of the Flower House last week.
I know that the twin communities of Girardel and Eggleston have established a very high standard in showcasing previous flower shows. But whilst we had a break for 9 years, I have no doubt that this rebirth will serve as a platform for greater planning and involvement of both communities so that the next show in 2014 we will experience a combination of Segment 1 in Eggleston and Segment 2 in Girardel. In other words, visitors to the show will enter from Newtown into Fortney to Eggleston, view the heritage site and exhibits, and exit then to Girardel and exit through Gommier to Castle Comfort area. It is also hoped that by this time next year, we would have completed the rehabilitation works on the Girardel Back Road and the Lillet to Gommier Road for better facilitation of traffic.
The Girardel Eggleston Flower Show will be staged from May 18 to the 26th following a 9-year absence. The popular flower show is a national festival celebrating the floriculture industry and highlighting the art of floral arrangement. And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is up next with the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non moins c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, ministre de la Sécurité nationale, Honorable Charles Savren, qui a créé un monde qui a conduit voiture et puis public là en général pour prendre précaution les yo assis là oui en Dominique. Honorable Savren fait parole ça au ligne de Road Safety Week qui Dominique a observé semaine ça là.
Nous assez chimé. Même si nous avons marché, même si nous avons bicycle, motocycle, bus, truck, n'importe bitin, depuis nous avons ces chemins là, c'est pour nous savoir, c'est pas nous seuls qui ont servi chemin là, qui y tenir d'autres monde qui ont servi chemin là, et même quand nous-mêmes, nous sommes pour prendre attention, qui nous-mêmes pas mettre corps nous en danger. Le chaque fois, il y a une situation qui a fait, qui ou même pas ça fait rien, pour empêcher quelque chose fait. Mais quand même, c'est pour nous toujours prendre précaution quand nous avons ces chemins là pour empêcher, si nous ça, accident, qui ça blessé monde, qui ça tué monde. Chaque fois ou pas mort, mais ou tellement blessé qu'il la vie, pas ça vient comme il était avant. Comme ça, en toute façon, c'est pour nous prendre précaution.
En d'autres nouvelles, ambassadeur Dominique Nations Unies, His Excellency Vince Henderson, c'est chef au comité qui organisation SEEDS Doc Pacific Region qui a pris place en Fiji semaine cela. SEEDS, c'est une initiative qui a assisté petit pays, qui a développé manière pour transformer le secteur énergie à une manière de développement soutenable. Plusieurs pays pacifiques qui membres à SEEDS, ensemble et puis officiers internationaux, quand attendez grand meeting cela. Selon ambassadeur Henderson, ça fait changement climatique, si vous mettez attention, discuter et puis même ailleurs, manière pour adresser la situation de l'eau, pour tant qu'il y a venir par développement énergie ressources renouvelables. Meeting cela qui vient au bout le 9 mai l'année cela, ça c'est demain. Alors nouvelle, messieurs, mesdames, nos Dominica vous avez semaine cela consommé ailleurs. L'hôpital Princess Margaret en Roseau tenu open day jeudi. On l'a yoté ka montré public là spécialement maman qui enceinte différentes qualités manger yo supposé mettre en cadavre pour nourrissement ailleurs. Nurse Cindy Maxwell, c'est officier qui est en charge activité ça là.
Stall ça nous couillons antenatal stall. Et ça nous ka deal et puis manger pour manger là enceinte. Parce que là enceinte, on peut pour manger pour yon, on est pour changer on petit enfants qui a développé en dedans. So on est pour nourishly parce que c'est ça on manger, c'est ça les enfants là qui tapé. So on est pour ensure that on manger bien. So nous ne sur votre table là, nous ne différents manger là où supposé manger là enceinte. Nous ne we made comme iron tablets. So là enceinte docteur qui order iron tablet bao. Avec ça vous supposé manger pour breakfast. So vous regardez bien que vous nous ni lait. So ça ou ça ni lait avec céréales ou ça ni pain. Eva aussi juice aussi, mais c'est pas pour nous tous les deux, c'est either or pour nous parce que même si on peut manger pour deux ou pas pour manger trois parce que on peut pour pas vle ou même venir trop gros ou pas vle baby la même venir trop gros parce que si ça fait ou ça tape diabetes en pregnancy.
Messieurs mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle créole pour à présent. Non moins c'est McPherson, c'est Luce. Au revoir.
When we come back, we will tell you how to learn a new skill.
Listen closely and you will hear what climate change might sound like. Hurricanes getting stronger and more frequent. Glaciers melting, causing a rise in sea levels. Dry bush burning after a prolonged drought left the bushes vulnerable to fires.
What? No water again?
But listen closely again and you will hear the solutions. People switching to energy-saving light bulbs. People building stronger homes that can withstand hurricane force winds. Our climate may be changing, but so can we. Making small changes together can have a huge effect on reducing the impacts of climate change. Act now. Rally, rethink, respond. This message is brought to you by the OECS Secretariat with funded assistance from USAID.
Documentaries and in-depth discussions, community walkthroughs, and Yes We Care. See it all on GIS Channel 7.
To learn a new skill, choose something that captivates you, that you can do easily in your home and doesn't cost too much. Then find a book or website that has a step-by-step program. Dedicate 30 minutes a day to learning that skill.
When you exhaust your learning material, get new ones and learn everything you can about your new skill. It will take lots of practice before you get good at what you're trying, but remind yourself that you are doing this for brain exercise and enjoyment, not for any concrete result or product. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm.
Friend us on our Facebook page and be sure to like our GIS Dominica fan page. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Mervin Matthew.
And I'm Jarna Hector. Thank you so much for watching.